No, I'm happy. You know, we finalized the details yesterday morning, and there was still some work to be done in our discussions, and I'm happy to be here because, as far as I'm concerned, this is a great team here. We have an opportunity every year to at least be contenders for the Stanley Cup, and I feel just as hungry this time around as I was before we won the first one. So I'm excited to have an opportunity to have a team that can compete for that and be part of it.
Is it meaningful, different when you know also just that you're going to be here for a long stretch and it's kind of guaranteed? There's no sort of question in your mind about that?
Well, there never is a guarantee, right, in the job. An extension is one thing. Whether you work the length of that contract is never a guarantee, and that's up to me to make sure that I do a good enough job to be able to fulfill my contract. So it's nice to have the vote of confidence from the organization. I appreciate that from the owner on down. But then in my mind, it's like a player who signs a new contract. It's nice to get that new contract, but you got to go out there and do your job. So I'm no different than those guys in my mind.
Has there ever been a time that you felt that you didn't have that vote of confidence while you've been here?
No, not at all. There was all kinds of, there's always rumors flying around that you hear from the back doors, but I don't really pay attention to it, and I'm being honest here about that stuff. I really shut it off when I'm here. I do my job. When I leave, I shut everything off. I'm not a big guy that's going to start reading and listening to things. I stay away from that. That way my mind is always clear, and that's the important thing for me. And to be honest with you, I learned that from my first job, and when I got that job in Montreal, if I hadn't learned that there, it could have been a lot tougher. And I thought it was a good lesson for me to understand that come in, do your job, and be confident. Don't let anybody influence you on your decision making from the outside. You work from the inside with your general managers, with your other coaches. You work with those people, but your job's obviously, guys, is important. I mean, you're the ones that sells our game, and I think it's important for me to give you guys information and help you guys with your job. But the one thing I don't have to do is listen to you guys. I don't have to. That's my privilege, and that's the one I take.
How fortunate do you feel with this longevity here in this one job? Because it's a notoriously volatile profession.
Well, it is, and to me, it just goes to show how important that good fit is. And I really felt comfortable from the first day here with everybody. From the owner, who I sincerely respect, the owner and the sons, and I was hearing all the same things as everybody else from the outside, and meet those people. They're great people, and they're people that want to win. To working my way down, all the way down to IGM and assistant coaches, our trainers have been pretty well almost the same group from the day one because we've gelled well. So it's been a lot of fun, but it goes to show how important that chemistry is, not just for the players, but for the people that work with you and that are around you. When you have good chemistry, it makes your job a lot more fun and cohesive, and obviously you get a lot more success that way.
When you become a coach, wherever you start, you get to the NHL. You can't foresee that someday there's going to be a salary cap that's going to factor into so many things. You want to coach and you want to just get the best players and the players that fit you. So, I mean, how have you had to kind of adapt? I mean, going forward, there probably will be more of those types of changes, and how does that affect coaching, and how have you gotten adapted to that?
Well, I think, Matt, it's a good question because, right now we have to bring some young players in at times and develop those guys, and that's something where I think my past experience having coached junior in the American Hockey League had dealt with younger players. So you look at the young players that have come in throughout the years, whether it's been Lucic as a 19-year-old, David, I think Kretzy played his first full season as a 21-year-old, my first year here. There's a lot of players. We can go on and on and on. And, Dougie Hamilton has of late. And then you got to give those guys some confidence. You got to work with them, and you got to allow them to play. And, those are things that you have to be able to accept and excel in as a coach today, because there was a time where, years back, where it's all about veterans, and it was really tough for young players to find their way into a lineup. So you have to make that adjustment, and that adjustment I feel comfortable in making because of my past experiences as a coach moving up in this field.
Other than good players, which I know you'll say